Right, Dave Amelie, he's out of Northampton, a concrete kid. He's only a junior.
Shake hands.
Don Rohn, his head coach. 30-7 for Amelie. Jason LaMotta out of Conestoga in District 1. Al Wolstenholme is his coach. He's 35-1, and he was second in 1993. Amelie is wearing the white, is in the red ankle strap. LaMotta, it's the reverse. LaMotta is in the red. He's in the white.
Dave Amelie from Northampton, very aggressive wrestler. And of course, Jason LaMotta was pinned in last year's finals by another Northampton wrestler, Mike Tomsick, in 39 seconds.
He's back, 2-point takedown there. And that'll go in favor of
Jason LaMotta. Quick 2-point takedown by Jason LaMotta. Of course, he's got to have that nightmare in his past, in the back of his mind, of that nightmare final where he got pinned by Mike Tomsick from Northampton in last year's finals.
There's Don Rohn, one of the best coaches in this state. He has a dynasty, the Concrete Kids, and that's with a K, everybody. 2-0 with 1:10 to go in the opening period.
Amelie quick out with an escape.
Gets one on that.
Dave Amelie did not make it to the state championships last year. Here he is in the finals.
Well, Mike Tomsick was the Concrete Kids' last state titleist. Conestoga has never had a man on the medal stand winning gold as a state champion. But they've got a good shot with Jason LaMotta, good-looking prospect here. Junior and out of District 1. 92-10 overall, second a year ago, as Jim had mentioned, and pinned by that man Tomsick. But here's Northampton back in the same weight class a year later.
In fact,
have a nice day.
Amelie probably wrestled JV to Tomsick.
Well, it just mentions when you talk about solid programs, Jim, sometimes the practice sessions are the toughest of all.
Yeah. Getting out here and wrestling outside that wrestling room is a breeze compared to the practice. Amelie with a quick shrug, nice leg sweep, but LaMotta tough, broke Amelie's grip on his leg and quick put it down. He's back in with a little offense of his own.
They jump out of bounds real quick. LaMotta is to the left of your screen at a Conestoga High School. Down to the final seconds of this first period. A closely contested first 2 minutes are in the books. 2-1, Jason LaMotta leading at 119 pounds.
Ready first, green down.
All right,
Dave
down.
Amelie, Dave Amelie will take the down position to start the second period.
Looks to get something started there.
Go ahead, Tom. We're going off the bottom.
Well, he's got to get out and score. Well, LaMotta just going to let him go with that optional start. That'll tie the match 2-2.
Opening minute of the second period at 119 pounds.
Amelie with another shrug to a single leg. And again, LaMotta just gets out of it, makes it look easy.
They seem grappling for an edge. Still feeling their way out, Jim, with under 1:30 to go.
You'll see these guys, they'll often sort of circle, waiting for an opportunity where their opponent might let down their guard just for an instant. And it's that time when they shoot in, trying to get a little offense of their own. And there's a stalling warning on LaMotta.
See him reaching for the headgear on this particular match. So tough, I got to think, from this standing position, Jim, to just try and get an advantageous position, especially when some guy is so quick and can put a move on you. There you see LaMotta. There he goes.
In for a quick double leg.
Nothing there.
Amelie hit a nice move to throw LaMotta down to his back with a great counter, and LaMotta just won't give up.
To the other way. And out of bounds they go. And how does it all work out? It's 5-4 now. Jason LaMotta leading with 46 seconds to go. And Amelie shaking up just a little bit. Boy, that was a good sequence of action right there.
A quick flurry of action. LaMotta got in. Amelie quickly countered with a high throw to get LaMotta off.
See if we can save that for later.
One of the things that the Northampton kids do so well is counter with high throws. One of the things that they really have had great success with is a standing bar in Chancellery, and that's exactly what Mike Tomsick pinned LaMotta with in last year's finals.
Well, they confer. Let's see if we can go back to that last flurry, and I don't know if we have that or not. Back in the truck, we have 46 seconds remaining. Looks like they're going to continue wrestling. 4-2 the score. Jason LaMotta with a lead on Northampton's Dave Emili. 30-7 on the year, 51-8-1. All right, let's have a look at this last sequence here real quick. Jim, this is a flurry right here.
LaMotta quickly in on a double leg. Watch Emili quickly throws him to his back, rolls through, holds on. LaMotta eventually got that 2-point takedown.
Back to real action here. 4-3 the score. The escape point goes to Emili. Now LaMotta goes to the back.
Quick takedown by LaMotta makes it 6-3.
Well, and Emili goes down with a fight out of bounds. 6-3 now.
And Mr. Emili is certainly not done yet.
Well, this is a guy that's never out of it.
Anyone from Northampton is never out of it.
They really have a lot of respect, don't they, as far as program and as far as individual skill.
Absolutely. Everybody knows when they're wrestling a kid that Don Roan has coached, they're in for a nice wrestling match. There's another quick escape by Emili.
Closes the gap at 6-4. Emili thought maybe he had a takedown. Dan Roan is also calling for it as well. No such luck with 14 seconds left in the second period. Good looking match here at 119 pounds.
Emili is such a stocky wrestler. He's difficult to penetrate to get a single leg or a double leg takedown. LaMotta, with his length, has been able to get in and snag a leg or two for a couple of takedowns, which is why he's up 6-4.
Well, from the bottom will be Jason LaMotta. Quick escape point. Emili must believe he can score better from the neutral position. It's 7-4. LaMotta with a 3-point lead with 1:45 to go.
There's no way that Emili was going to hold LaMotta down anyway, so he just sort of let him go with a half-hearted attempt to keep him down.
Well, reaching for that headgear again was LaMotta, and that draws the crowd reaction.
Emili trying to put some pressure on LaMotta.
Got a good look there at some of the leg action with these two. How stocky they are and how tough they are to bring off their feet. Down to 1:15 left. At stake, the boys AAA title at 119 pounds. Dave Emili is in the solid black to the left of your screen. Out of bounds he goes, and he's hurt.
Looks like he slipped right on the edge of the mat.
Minute and 8 seconds remain now. There you can see Dave Emili right there. Bill Richardson. Be checking in with him. Dr. Michael Cordes is one of the physicians who's been here on duty throughout this entire wrestling tournament, and give you an idea is exactly what kind of medical staff and what kind of medical situation. Let's have a look at how Emili got shaken up on this last one real quick. Jim, take us through it.
Dave Emili, I think he just sort of stepped back to get away and ended up with his foot right there slipping and bending his knee.
All right, Dave Emili. Let's go to Bill Richardson real quick. Bill, we'll continue this conversation a little bit throughout this particular sequence. Minute and 8 to go. Bill with Dr. Michael Cordes. Bill?
Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on during these medical timeouts, what they're looking for, and how they evaluate things quickly?
Well, they have to be done real quick, as you know, because you only have 2 minutes to do it. We evaluate the injured part, and you make sure that the wrestler can go back as quickly but as safely as possible.
Doctor, you deal with everything here from sprains to cramps to cuts. What happens when there's blood or there's a cut like that? What do you have to do?
Well, what you need to do is stop the bleeding. Obviously, there's a lot of problems with HIV disease today. We're not saying any of these wrestlers have it, but we want to make sure that the bleeding stops. So we have some chemicals on the sidelines that we'll use, such as New Skin, which will actually stop the bleeding.
Well, right now they're working on yet another injury out here, so we have another minute. We can talk a little bit. Where do all these doctors come from who are at this meet here today?
Some are family docs from this area, some are orthopedists from Allentown area. One is even an obstetrician and gynecologist. So everyone has a very significant interest in wrestling itself, and we have a great time.
You can cover everything, though, from the smallest cut to the most serious of injuries with the staff you have here, right?
Yes, we can. We can do pretty much everything. Fortunately, we have Hershey Medical Center right over the hill, and we utilize that as necessary.
I know you've said earlier when we talked to you over the course of the last couple of days, you've only really had one serious injury that you've had to treat.
Yes, we sent one over the other night by ambulance, and fortunately the kid was back to receive his reward. He was number 2 in AA, one of the categories, but unfortunately couldn't wrestle for first.
Doctor, thanks for talking with us, and we appreciate you and your staff.
Thank you.
These guys walk off the mats after every match. There's always something hurting. Something's twisted, something strained.
All right, you're looking at third period action here, down to 40 seconds to go, and for Dave Amelia out of Northampton in the black trunks, as they say, he's trailing 7-4. He's got to make it happen.
Dave Amelia has 30 seconds to come up with some big moves.
You can see the sense of urgency. A Northampton crowd contingent trying to get there. Whistle.
And that's a stall call on LaMotta.
That's his second. That'll put a point on the board now. 7-5. Final 20 seconds you're looking at here.
2-point takedown will tie this match.
LaMotta going underneath, trying to get the legs out. 10 seconds left now. There you see it.
Amelia doing everything that he can.
LaMotta holding on, and that'll do it. What a match that was. 7-5, the final. Jason LaMotta holds on.
Dave Amelia tried everything in the book that he could think of to get a couple of points in the final seconds of that third period, but LaMotta wouldn't have any part of it.
Let's go over to